We're here with assistant coach Chuck Ray. Chuck, the split last weekend opened MAC play on a very tough road trip. It started out with a 3-2 victory over Kent State. Paige Hill had possibly the best match of her career with 24 kills. Can you talk about her performance and the fight the team showed to make sure they came away with a victory?
Yeah, it was a great weekend, a really tough weekend. Probably one of our toughest weekends we'll have all MAC season. Paige is quite an athlete, and she's always been, and she's just coming into her own now. She's been working on a few different shots that is coming into a little bit better performance for her now, and I think it really proved well this past weekend. Crossbody versus a lot more angle, what she used to hit. But the team itself, our defense was awesome, and we're able to put Paige into a situation that was very, very successful. The resilience we showed, typically when you start off MAC play, the crowd there was incredible. They're really pushing for their team. We had to come through a lot of their crowd and fan noise in order to persevere and become victorious over Kent this past weekend.
All right. The next night was a match against Ohio. While very competitive, the Redhawks ultimately fell in 4 sets. What can Miami take from that match for the next time they face the Bobcats?
You know, Ohio is always a difficult place to play as well, and it was very similar to what Kent was the night before. Ohio's defense was a little bit different than what Kent was showing the night before, and although we're prepared for it, sometimes when you play an opponent like Ohio that's been a really good opponent for years in the past, we just couldn't quite top them in that 4th set. That 4th set was really where we could have certainly done a little bit better and maybe passed a couple more balls to get us in a situation to win. Those opening sets at both Kent and Ohio is something that we're going to have to learn as a team to be a little bit better when we go into somebody else's house and be more resilient when we start off.
All right. Now moving on to this weekend, the MAC home opener comes with Buffalo coming to town. Buffalo has a new head coach this year. What can we expect from the Bulls on Friday?
Yeah, Buffalo's got a new staff, and sometimes when they have new staffs, those teams are really, really aggressive, but also kind of free, and things have kind of opened up for them. They are missing their player of the year that they had last year for the Buffalo for their team. Talia Bishop, she's no longer with the team, and she was probably a 4 or 5 kill per set player for them. So they're finding their way. They've got a senior setter. She's from the Cincinnati area, so I'm sure she's going to be bringing in fans from that area and be rooting for her as well. But they're a young, scrappy team. The head coach, she came from Penn State. Didn't coach there, but she played there and earned 4 NCAA titles. And you can see some of the defensive schemes they use at Penn State also with Buffalo now. And so I think they're working through those things. And if they're clicking and they're on, they're going to be a really worthy opponent to play this weekend.
Then on Saturday, Akron comes, and they've seen some early success in the non-conference play, and they also earned a split last weekend to open up the MAC. What can we expect from the Zips?
Well, you know, Akron also has a new coach too, and Tom Hanna. He came from Marist College, and he's always done a really nice job. He's a little more veteran coach. His system is a little bit more similar to what Kent and Ohio play. So as we kind of learned this past weekend, hopefully we'll be able to apply what we learned into this coming weekend as well too. They're a real strong serving team. So they're right now #1 aces in the MAC, so we expect them to be serving really tough against us. It's always a little bit harder to serve on the road, so we're hoping our home court advantage, our fans, are certainly going to propel us to be victorious this coming weekend. And I will add, too, that this coming weekend is our alumni weekend as well, too. And it's always great. We've got such great support with our alumni here at Miami, with those that work here, as well as those that live in the area. But I think Coach Khan is going to have probably 30 or 40 different alumni, if not more, at our matches coming weekend. And we're going to be celebrating, honoring Jill Coors, Jill Coors Leak. She's now our 2015 Hall of Fame inductee for Miami Athletics, and we're really excited for her and what she's done. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're talking a little bit about, she had was responsible for 2 MAC championships, 81 and 82, I think it was? 80-81, that's why we have you here, Mike. But it's awesome to have her here, and we just saw Jessica Stout-Beal here a couple weekends ago. You know, she was a 2014 Miami Hall of Famer, so it's awesome to have all these alumni and support that we get here at Miami.
We're here with redshirt freshman setter Mackenzie Zielinski. Mackenzie, after getting to sit and learn for your last season, how has it been now that you're able to get on the court this year?
It's definitely really exciting. I know my first match I was just super pumped. I know all my teammates were really excited because I had that 1 year to just sit and watch everyone else play. So I also have a bigger role this year too, especially as a setter. I'm the one making the decisions offensively, so it feels really good.
Right. And since you play primarily in the backcourt, as a result, you've had 7 double-doubles this season. How important is it for you to focus on defense along with your setting responsibilities?
Defense is a really big part of being a setter. A lot of people think it's all offensive, but I know especially with Coach Jesse, he really tries to work with me and Krista a lot on defense.
Here's a pretty good general question for you. What makes the perfect set?
Perfect set is really all about location and tempo. As Coach Condit would say, just like right down the alley for the hitter. Especially on a one-on-one block. If they have 0 block or just 1 block, it'd be really awesome set.
Going into a pair of home matches this week against Buffalo and Akron, how important is fan support for the team?
Fan support's huge. It'd be awesome to get students or student athletes out there because they're really the ones that we're playing for.